I do. I remember my first big TV interview, and it was in Phoenix, Arizona in 2008 for the 4th of July show that I was opening for Clint Black. And I
Really?
did my
You were
morning.
opening for Clint Black?
Yes, I've had the privilege as a recording artist to open for a lot of the majors in country music.
That is
And so
amazing.
Clint Black was my first. That was my first national stage. And so it was
Wow.
also
What
my
a
first national
stage.
morning stage. It was a good one. There's been
Were
some
you
fun ones.
nervous?
No, I've been
You
performing
were
my whole
exactly
life.
where you're supposed to
I
be.
was because since I was 3 years old, I said I was going to do that because it's been a passion and ingrained in me that when you get handed that moment, then that you've dreamed of, that you visualized your entire life and it happens, nerves. Why would I bog myself down with nerves
Yeah.
except for just the overwhelming gratefulness that this opportunity just happened and the doors that it's
Wow.
been open. And it did open doors. I went on to open for Trace Atkins and, Eric
Really?
Church, Charlie Daniels, a lot of the
Amazing.
majors, and then got to
Wow.
be the spokesperson for the American veterans for 3 years for the state of California. It was that first show that opened up that door for that credibility to make that happen. So do I worry about, okay, is everything going to go right? Nothing ever goes right. A guitar string breaks, lights go out, a monsoon hit right before the Clint Black show. Of course it did. Things are always going to go wrong, but we adapt. But when you get handed beautiful opportunities, and for everybody now with digital marketing the way that it is, with media being at our fingertips, this is an opportunity. And I say this, when I first started performing and touring in 2007 and 08, Facebook was newer. Instagram didn't exist.
Yeah.
YouTube
Correct.
was where you went to watch some funny pet videos. My cell
Correct.
phone did not have a camera in it that I could upload to an app and put it out there. I had to do it old school of literally shaking hands, kissing babies, being on every radio morning show that morning, hoping the newspaper wrote about me. And I had to do it that way. I can't even imagine if I had had what's in my hands now when I was touring then,
Right?
it would have been off the hooks. I had to do it
Unbelievable.
old school. I'm like, I can't even imagine if I had these tools. And here we have professionals that have them now as they're launching their businesses. And I just want to
Correct.
say, do you understand what you had? When I started in the business industry in 2001, I was doing it with a flip phone, and a wired earpiece. There were ways we had to do business before what we have now that is a privilege. And if we see it as a privilege and a joy and an incredible opportunity that no one in the world has ever seen before,
Yes.
that should start taking some of those nerves down, don't you think?
I love it. No, I couldn't agree with you more. I love the fact that you talk about exactly that. It's the ability now for somebody that's in legacy media, somebody that's in TV, literally they can build their own personal brand outside of who they are on television, outside
Yes.
of who they are on radio, outside of who they are as a newspaper reporter. Literally now, if you embrace the platforms and you start to use the internet's easy. It's audio, it's video, it's written word, and it's images, and it's all stories. So if you can tell your story on any of those platforms, then you can start to produce content for this smartphone and you can start to get different opportunities. One of the things that when we first started our restaurant, I was always jealous of the restaurant owner that always got interviewed. It was like, isn't that always this? Why do they always go to that restaurant for the interview? And then now, literally, we've become that person where I'm tired of seeing myself on TV. And when people ask me, how did you do it? You do it by literally being bad at it. Like you have to be willing to be bad in order to be good.